Alright guys, this is versus kicks for like an update of the New Balance Fresh Foam BB V3. And I'm sorry guys, I'm shooting in my garage. I just because I want you guys to update on these New Balance sneakers, which is everyone's waiting for. If you're a big New Balance fan like me, this is what you need to know, guys, with this new Fresh Foam BBV3s. Anyways, before we do the comparisons or the versus of the last two previous models of the BBs, we call this the BBs just because it's how the two ways, the BBs, the Hawaiis. Um, but just to let you know, guys, I did play with this last night, but just to give you a detailed look, first impressions. I just played with this with two games of 12 minutes, so I cannot really, like tell you the full details. But we will update you guys on how did this BB V3s are performing. Let's start with the upper. Okay, the upper material is kind of leathery. I don't know if this is just the bricks and wood colorway. This is kind of like a mesh material on this side, but this is all rubbery material. Um, so the midsole, let's go ahead with the midsole. Sorry guys. It's soft because it's still using the Fresh from X midsole. What I like really about with this new model is this plastic material that contains your midfoot, and of course giving you ample support, especially on like driving and sidestepping, all of that. That's kind of help with containment. The outsole, dang man, guys, outsoles are crazy, crazy, crazy squeaky. It doesn't, like what they said, doesn't really matter with performance how squeaky the shoes are, but these pattern outsole pattern is really really sticky to the floor. As you can see, there's a lot of dust because I do play in a dusty court, like on a Fridays. And to compare this previous two models, first two models are kind of like suction, craters. And on the V3s, they kind of change it. It's semi-translucent, depending on the colorway maybe. But you see how this plate runs from the heel onto the forefoot. And it's all fresh foam injected to this mid-plate. And these plasticky materials give you a lot of bounce. This is the bounciest New Balance that I play with. Very, very bouncy. That's maybe the great aspect of this shoe is the bounciness. Of course, the cushion. This still probably runs the same as the B2s for how low to the ground it is. Actually, it's not low to the ground, as you can see based on what's the height of like their midsole. It's almost the same as the V2 as I can compare. This model right here came with extra laces. These are the yellow laces came with it, so you have an extra black and a yellow laces. The tongue part, you guys, if you want a very very forgiving cushion here on the tongue, then this is your go-to. And the pillow at the back part, I know some doesn't want to like those Achilles pillow, but it really contains like this Achilles pillow really contains your foot, especially from the heel, so you don't get heel slippage. And the inner part is just the same. You see that bricks and wood logo right there. And um, based on the angle, they don't really, like uh, do as much as the form, but I like how this pimpled midsole came. Maybe this is really prone to like scratches, but uh, all overall, these V3s are very, very nice to play in. You do need to break it in, just the same as the BBs. The 1, the 2s, and the 3s, you really need to break it in. Okay, so now just to compare it from the first models, the V1s, about 3 years ago when they released this V1s, or about, yeah, 3 years ago to be exact. Uh, this is the lowest to the ground BBs, but they both use all fresh foams, but I can see on how they changed the consistency or how dense the rubber of the fresh foam is. Low to the ground, not about not a really huge outrigger here. So lightest also of the three. I mean, that's the benefit of having the V1s. The V2s about almost the same as the height to the ground of the B3s, but the upper of this is more comfortable than the V3s. But in traction wise, I will go with the V3s. Traction, support, maybe for the 3, this is the heaviest, or maybe just because of this colorway. But I like how they did on the tongue part, which is foamy, comparing to the second one, which is really, there's not enough foam. The first one is actually have a little bit of foam on the tongue than the V2s. But overall, this is a step up from the V2s. Now, if you ask me, yes, maybe a different upper material can make this really more comfortable, but just because on how they created and make this upper of the bricks and wood colorway, absolutely amazing. Again, traction wise, 10 out of 10. Support, it's about 9.5 out of 10. Cushion for old guy like me, yes, 9.5 out of 10. So you guys, I'll update you on how it will perform on my next maybe game. But other than that, with that new box, pimpled box, New Balance, it's amazing, guys. I don't know how to describe it, but for me, this is the best out of the 3. I'll upload my video soon. Thank you guys for listening, spending this last 10 minutes with me, and I'll see you on the next Versus Kicks. Goodbye, guys.